Welcome to Chris Garcia, conservative. I am here today. Come on, man. I'm here today with Kevin. I'm about to say with Kevin with Team Challenge. And we finally got my buddy Frank Garcia. Woo! The one and only Frank Garcia. We got my friend Robert right here, man. This dude, I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to bless you today. He's going to bless you with some Bible passages. He's just unbelievable. And Frank, another Frank over here. I've never met him from Team Challenge, and we are so blessed today to have you guys on. We're going to start with Frank. We'll let Frank talk today. What's going on?
It's just another day. Every morning I wake up, it's a blessing on my life. Not just a blessing on my life in Christ. I've been kind of being like Jonah, and just running for my calling, especially, I've been called to come out here and evangelize and bring hope to the hopeless and come on live on this radio station here with my brother Chris, and I finally made it out here today. So I'm an outreach coordinator for Las Vegas Team Challenge. My buddy Frank over here, he's my brother in Christ. He works with me out there doing outreaches. We're able to go out there in the community, and help out in plenty ways with everybody you could think of. I mean, from the police to the guy that has a pillow on the street. We're out there feeding the homeless, and we're out there feeding like 4,000 families, 4,000 people a month through another organization we work with called Project for Humanity. Quick testimony about me. You might have heard a little bit here and there, but I had 25 years of death and destruction, living a life for the enemy, to kill, steal, and destroy. May 10, 2011, I had a 9mm pressed through my spine. I was shot twice, right over my spine. I turned around, received another 10 more bullets in my body. It was a total of 13 gunshot wounds. I literally knew God. It just never took time to get a relationship with Jesus. I survived it. The only bullet they removed was a hair away from my brain. I was in a coma for 11 and a half days. I come to learn the Bible pretty good now. I graduated from my Bible college through Team Challenge. I woke up a new person, man. I woke up like the Apostle Paul when he opened his eyes. I woke up for Christ. I woke up for God. I was woke up talking about God saved me. After dying twice and waking up out of a coma, my life changed. And it wasn't about my life no more. It wasn't about me no more. It was more about God. To love God first and serve first. So I ended up in Team Challenge, man. It's a blessed ministry. I've been part of Team Challenge for 5 years. May 10th will be 6 years clean and sober. All glory to God. I see people out here in pain and hurt. I feel it. It's like I'm living it right through them. That's a gift I believe God has given me to feel the people's pain. I have a sense of humor, like my brother Chris will tell you. I'm always clowning and joking. And it's the spirit of the Lord. Joy is our strength. And I have to stay prayed up and read up, or I'm gonna get fed up and fleshed up. But yeah, I'm blessed to be doing what I'm doing today. I'm out here just terrorizing it and stomping, the enemy out and kicking him around with the power of the Holy Spirit. Wow.
Just drop the mic, or you go ahead.
How do you follow that?
Oh, you can.
Come on, Rob. Come on, Rob.
Robert. Come on with it.
Yeah, my name is Robert Farmer. I'm the center supervisor here in Las Vegas Team Challenge. I just want to say, coming after that, every one of us has a story. And God's putting together an army, especially here in Las Vegas, to turn the Sin City over to God's city, to reclaim His property. God, we sing the songs as a kid, He's got the whole world in His hands. He's got the whole world, I'm not going to say, in His hands. And we have that understanding early on that God has everything in control. And you see, what Teen Challenge is doing with all of our outreaches and ministries, you'll hear from Frank about him doing his outreaches. But God is reclaiming what's His.
That's right.
And you see, we have this illusion that it's ours. But God's in control. God's the one who does everything. He owns everything. He created everything. He created you and me. I went through a Teen Challenge myself. I was looking at 43 felonies. I was in and out of jail, and me personally went to Teen Challenge. I was blessed that I was quartered a year in Teen Challenge instead of they wanted to give me 24 years in jail. It was a very easy. It was a very easy transition for me. I did a year in jail as well, but coming to Teen Challenge to me was I mean, you can't compare Teen Challenge to jail. I mean, we're so blessed. We do a lot of God's work there. It transformed my life. It turned me into the person I knew God created me to be. I just like Frank was saying, running like Jonah. Teen Challenge was that well that God used to swallow me up and get me back on His path. And the growth that I have done in Teen Challenge, that is it's still relevant today. The person I am today is hugely impacted by Teen Challenge, and I'll tell you a little bit later about our program. If you haven't heard of Teen Challenge, if you're new, we've reclaimed Mondays as a Miracle Mondays, is where we're talking about each and every single one of us is a miracle. And with that, I want to pass the mic to my brother Frank Sutton. He'll tell you a little bit about his story, a little bit of how long he's been in the program and what he's been doing with Frank and the outreaches.
Are you not a Garcia?
No. That's Frank Big.
I came into the program about 2 months ago. It's kind of like on accident, I guess. Well, I can't say on accident. God brought me here. For a couple months, I was looking for some kind of a sober living option. My life was getting out of control. Got to the point where I was fighting with family. Just, nowhere to go. Contemplated suicide. A couple times I tried suicide. And it was just getting crazy. I ended up in the hospital, in the psych ward. And my sister knew I was looking for some kind of long-term help. And so she calls up the hospital as I'm laying in the bed, surrounded by, a number of people in the psych ward, staying up all night, all kinds of people talking all night long. And I was just like, I need a way out. So she called up and said, well, I found a place you can go. Check this program out. I had no idea what it was, no research, nobody told me. And I got in there and come to find out it's a faith-based program. And dived right in. Started learning from the Bible and all that. We do that all day long, pretty much nonstop. They say a year in Teen Challenge is like 7 years worth of church to a regular person who goes every week. So I learned quick the love that God has for me. I was shunned, lost all my friends, family's not liking me, fighting with family, had no love. Come to find out, God loves me. And, I thank Him for that every day now. I knew Christ when I was younger. I was, raised Catholic, did the altar boy thing until I was 16, confirmation, all that. But I was never into it. I never had a relationship with God until I came here. Teen Challenge did save my life. I think I would be dead. I would have tried to kill myself and eventually would have succeeded if I had not come into this program. So I thank, my directors. I think these guys are my mentors. Like Frank said, I get to work with him, work with people all day, pray for people that were in situations like mine. Robert brings us in, gets us all situated. He's very loving, head of the house over there.
Frank,
great program.
You can't be depressed around these two.
Oh, no.
They don't allow it.
We're actually working on me. Work with me, they go depression.
Oh, man.
It's right here.
I could be in a bad mood when I see these two. It's just, that's gone, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, come a long way over there.
Wow.
All thanks to these guys. Dave and Carrie. They're our directors.
Wow, that's good. Did you battle depression?
I was diagnosed with depression at one point. It wasn't my only trip in the psych ward. I've been there many times. Been medicated. Been through numerous rehabilitation programs. Nothing worked. Nothing seemed to work. And I learned through one of our speakers that comes over to do Bible study with us. You can't just change your life. You have to exchange your life.
Come on.
And that's what I'm working on. I'm exchanging my life with Christ's life. Christ lives in me now, so I just give it all to Him, man. Every little promise.
Challenges.
Miracles over there.
What?
Give me this. again, I'll kind of backpedal a little bit about Teen Challenge. If you've never heard of Teen Challenge, there are a lot of programs out there. There's multiple 12-step, NAAA, other faith-based programs. You can try the rest, but it's time to try the best. Teen Challenge is the #1 most successful program in the United States. We're globally, we're worldwide. Our program has an 86% success rate here in the United States. 86%. No one can compare it. The reason is the only thing that we are different from all the other programs is what's called the Jesus factor. And other programs are other, NAAA 12 steps. They have a God element or a higher power element. We just name ours and we cut to the chase and we worship Jesus. And that makes all of the difference. You hear from all of our stories. We all tried to live our lives for ourselves, but it comes to a time where we have this God moment, and we turn our lives over. Galatians 2:20. It says, "I've been crucified with Christ. The life I live now is no longer mine. It's Christ that lives in me." And it's talking about that now we are the hands and feet of Jesus. You see, I have a huge thing about recovery. I've been in recovery for over 10 years. And one thing I can't really stand is the cop-outs that a lot of the state facilities or treatment centers want to do, and they want to say it's a disability, they want to say it's a disorder, they want to say it's a disease. I say that is a lie from the pit of hell. That God can make all things new. It says 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he's a new creation. The old is gone, the new has come." That God transforms people, and God can drop the mic on that because He's the one who makes it. If it ain't with Him, it's worthless. See, God plus us is everything. If you plus God is everything. You try anything else, it's nothing. And I'm telling you, without God, your efforts are in vain. But with God, He can do the impossible. He can move boundaries. He can break the chains of addiction and bondage. He can break your depression. He can do. You lay down at the foot of the cross, and God can move.
Amen.
Let me go get an offering for him.
This is Chris Garcia. This is not the Robert Barr. Come on, Frank. Come with it.
I just want to follow. I just want to follow Brother Robert. Saying about the AA and NA. Yeah, it's great. It's great for you, man. If it works. I tried the AA and I tried the NA. But I didn't get none until I got to being baptized again. You know what I'm saying? When I was baptized again in Teen Challenge, that pretty much, set me free and set me on fire. Teen Challenge is a great ministry, man. Robert is a great leader.
Yes,
I mean, what I got out of Teen Challenge, the main thing out of a relationship with Jesus Christ. I didn't have a relationship. I knew what the dude was. You know what I'm saying? I know he was cool, walking on water, feeding people with a couple fish. But when I stepped out the crowd of a fan that became a follower, my life changed, man. From 97 to 2007, I was in prison 7 years, 8 months. I was just a guy getting out long enough to get a girl pregnant, and go back in. So by the time everything was over, said and done, my kids really didn't know their dad. It took my daughter 14 years to meet her grandmother, to meet her aunts, to meet her brothers. And I thank Teen Challenge for that because by being a Teen Challenge, getting a relationship with Jesus Christ, He gave me a relationship with my daughter. And now all my kids, they want to be around as their father. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, Teen Challenge is good, man. If you need help, go to their website. And come through. They'll help you out. The most important thing in our thing is to draw off the source, not ourselves. When I draw off myself, that's when I start feeling drained and tired and weary and angry. You draw off the source, which is God the Father, man. Everything's gonna be all right. Leave it in His hands. His hands are big enough for our problems.
I just want to touch on something that Robert said, taking everything, leaving it at the cross. I couldn't forgive myself for all the stuff I was putting myself through, all the drinking, all the relationships I messed up. And, I thought my family hated me, everybody hates me, I hated myself. Frank said he got his relationship with his daughter back. But once I learned about Jesus' forgiveness, I was able to forgive myself. And then everything else came. Now I got the forgiveness of my family, the forgiveness of my friends, and reconciliation is happening, things are starting to work for the better. That depression is going on, So the cross is very powerful. You gotta remember that.
Yeah, man.
Yo, Frank, tell us about Team Challenge in depth. Tell us what you guys are doing. What's going on, man? What events are coming up?
We have our car show on the 23rd.
It's coming up quick.
Yeah, no, we have our ministry right across the street. You know, when we walk around here, God puts me where I belong. I walk out here, I'm hugging people out here that people want to look at. You know what I'm saying? It's about the love of Christ. I smiled when I was dirty at one time too, but God didn't reject me. As far as like out in the community and stuff out here, we do a lot of outreaches, man. Fort Master in Maine. We work alongside Metro. We have outreach Las Vegas. I think it's over at Wood Creek once a month. We have a couple events coming up. Robert has hooked up for a couple of our guys that they do some Christian hip hop. They're pretty good, man. Not that many of you guys, out there doing Christian hip hop are making music for the kids, for the young youth ministry. We got guys making stuff, that is really, really, really good for these youngsters, man.
Abraham?
Yeah, you got Abraham and Chris. Yeah, you got Abraham and Chris making music about, they're making music about Jonah. They're making music about David. Then we got my brother Isaac over there spitting the fire and preaching it, man. And it's amazing to see what they're doing right now. We have a couple of outreaches coming up. I have the Giving Project coming up in a couple of weeks. It was the first Saturday of the month. And then also I've got Tuesday, I got to go to Metro right here at the downtown command to meet with them once a month for the community. We'll do it in the community. I'll be handing out flyers for our car show. You probably heard about our car show several times. Just don't hear about it. It's like, don't be a doer in the word. Walk it out. Come through and see us, man. It's going to be a blessed time. There'll be about 20 guys out there that can testify. I can pray for you. And really for the church, encourage you, and give you hope, man. There's a different way of life than being depressed or being ashamed. I just learned that Christ didn't just die for my sins of violence, drugs, lust, alcohol, and the addictions of this world of pain. He died for little sins that people don't really see or notice. Like I didn't know this is shame, guilt, regret. Loneliness. Those are things that can cause you to do things that you don't want to do, man. But yeah, Teen Challenge is doing great things out here.
Yeah, one of the things that I really enjoy about Teen Challenge, and again, we take it from Chris whenever we get off. One of the great things that I think is we're doing our little itty bitty part, and I look at Teen Challenge and I see all these different guys, these people who are from different backgrounds, from in gangs, from
I never get shot.
I never did.
You always tell me that. You ain't been shot, right? Okay. I'm not taking my shirt off. Don't do that.
But we have all these guys who are from different walks of life that actually come together as a family and love each other and grow with each other and care about each other. And I see that, and I see hope for our world. If we could do our little part here, and hopefully maybe that will be contagious and it'll move past our walls, past our center. And, it's really cool. I think it's funny when I look back, 11 years ago, I was running from the cops, and now we're working side by side, caring for the community with them. To me, it blows my mind when I see that is just a testimony of how God can use the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. God can use, you read stories like David and Goliath. God conquered this huge giant through this little boy with a couple stones. It's crazy.
That's right.
But God does it. And time after time, He does that.
That's right.
I remember when I came back to work, I left for a year. I went home because I had one of my sons, was seeing eye to eye with his stepdad. So I had to leave Teen Challenge, and I went home and got custody of him for his last his senior year. Now he's doing real good in college now and stuff. But point being is when I came back to work full-time staff in August, my director wanted me to do outreaches. And so I just got on Facebook and I was like, I found an outreach. I ended up plugging in with these people at this outreach. And I noticed on their page they work with Metro and they work with all these good organizations. And I wanted that for Teen Challenge, man, because I know what Teen Challenge can offer the community out here. I know what Teen Challenge is about. I'm from Teen Challenge. I am Teen Challenge, So I had asked her one time after the first outreach, hey, how do we get hooked up with doing outreach with Metro and stuff? And this is what we offer. But you had to be invited, kind of like just shut that down, you know what I'm saying? And I'm persistent. So, okay, that's cool. So we volunteered again. And now we get emails from Metro, emails from these other organizations. Every time we go to events with like 20 plus organizations, every single one of them comes to Teen Challenge. I'm not boasting in Teen Challenge, I'm boasting in God. I'm boasting in what God is doing through Teen Challenge because these guys in Teen Challenge are anointed with the Spirit of God, and they're humble. They go out there and get it done. They don't complain or gripe. And everybody out there, and these outreaches, they see us. It's like they see a piece of Jesus, shining right through this dark city of Las Vegas. Like Robert said, it's a city of potential. It's a city that's going to wake up. There's going to be a big revival here coming soon. And hope is the word. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. We call it Miracle Monday for a reason, and I want each one of you all to testify on a miracle what God has done in your life. Frank, we're going to start with you.
A miracle that God's done in my life?
Yes.
Well, not too long ago, I believe totally in the healing power of Christ now. Not too long ago, my mom had a stroke, and we were to the point where we were going to pull the blood. We were just hours away from pulling the blood. And what it was small little strokes on both sides of the brain. Something that's very rare, unheard of, can't really, it's just not a very good expectation from that. And doctors came in, and I was praying. And as I was praying, you got to believe what you're praying. And I was praying for healing for my mom, and I believe that he has the power to do that. And so the doctor came in as Dad's out behind the casket, and we're getting ready to pull the blood. I'm praying, and the doctor comes in, walks in, and says, "I hate to throw a wrench in your plans, but don't do what you're thinking about doing just yet." And sure enough, within a week, she wakes up, and in like 6 months, she's fully back. She's lost some sight in her left eye. Actually, I think all the sight in her left eye. And she walks with a limp, but she's back. It's like her old mom, running around the house, doing her thing. It's a miracle.
Wow. God is something else. Robert, tell me about a miracle God has done in your life.
Well, I kind of mentioned a little bit how coming to Teen Challenge, I had some legal issues. I had a 43 counts of burglary and had a lot of restitution. I had $10,900 in restitution that I had to get that I had to pay off. And so when I graduated Teen Challenge, I got a part-time job at a church, and on my graduation, they kind of announced what my plans were after I graduated Teen Challenge was to work at this church to start paying off my restitution. And after that service, there was a guy I never knew who came up to me and said, "How much is your restitution?" And I told him the amount, and he said, "Can you give me a bill?" And so I went and grabbed him the bill, and he looked at it, and he says, "This is within dollars and pennies of the amount that I was given to give to a good cause." And he said, "I'm feeling God is telling me that you're the good cause that I'm supposed to use this money for." And he's like, "Can I take this and pay it off for you?" And I said, "Yeah." And so he took the bill and he paid off $10,900 of my restitution. The guy I never knew. I haven't seen the guy ever since. It was what I can consider a miracle. Yeah. Also, real quick, earlier this month I just signed papers to get all my charges dismissed.
Come on, man.
The program that I was court ordered to, I'm now a center supervisor of. And that was like one of the best testimonies that you can have. And 10 years later, no crime, there's nothing. So that in itself, God working.
Woo! That's what's up, Frank. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Well, I never had a driver's license. This is not the miracle on the show. This is a quick testimony real quick. I never had a driver's license. Had 3 DUIs. 2 before I was even 18. So, I'm in a season right now of change. I'm doing new things right now. So I've been pushed to go trying to get my license. I called today. I was on there for like 30 minutes waiting. The lady, I talked to her. She just said, "Well, look, send us $125 for California, send $100 for Nevada, and be a resident of Nevada, for 3 years, send his application back to us, and you just go get your license." And I'm like, "How about my 18 months I had to do it?" She's like, "Wow, don't worry about it. As long as you live in Nevada for the next 3 years, you don't have to worry about doing that. But if you leave Nevada within those 3 years, your license will be no good. You have to go to the California 18-month program." But yeah, that's how big your God is. You know what I'm saying? You got to recognize He's bigger than your fears and the giants that you face. But on a miracle level, that's just little miracles. And because Christ is doing, God is doing so many miracles in my life right now. Has been doing so many. I can talk about it forever. So since I woke up out of coma, I talked about His hope. I ran across somebody that I haven't seen in 20 years that just blessed me. My own website. I had a passion to make hats. And I always wanted a clothing line. To to sell the word of God, to speak the word of God on t-shirts and hats.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Where people don't have to look at stuff, you know what I'm saying, of lust. They can look at stuff of love. They don't have to see symbols of hate, you know what I'm saying? They can see symbols of hope. You know, so I'm blessed now. I just got blessed a website called hopearmor.com. So it's pretty much going to have everything on there. That's going to be a blessing right there, not for me, but for the kingdom of God first. I'll be able to share everything on there. Then I'm also blessed that, I'm going to be speaking, and doing my own little show like this, pretty soon. So you keep your eyes open for that.
That's right.
And Chris will be able to come over alongside me and take it over when he needs to, like, take over his. So God is moving in the ways of hope, you know what I'm saying? And hope is the word, man. Just have hope. You know what I'm saying? Know that we all seek the blessed hope, which is Jesus Christ.
Man. Tell them, Robert, we closing up the show pretty soon. How do you get in contact with Team Challenge if they're down and out, if they need God in their life and trying to change their life, Robert? What do they do?
If you're here in the Las Vegas Valley, you can give us a call at 702-314-1300. You can find us on teamchallenge.net. If you're not in Las Vegas and if you're anywhere you want to find out where there's a center near you, you can just log in on the web, teamchallengeusa.com, and click Find a Center Near You. If you're still listening to this all the way to the final moments, we want to invite you, like we did last time, to comment below if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're even listening to us and in a little letter. We like to make this interactive to where we answer some of your questions. If you have questions about addiction, if you have questions about family with addictions, we want to go over those.
Prayer requests.
Prayer requests. We want to hear your prayer requests. We have a bunch of men that will pray for you. I mean, I'm telling you, it says the prayers of a righteous man availeth much. That, you have a whole mighty armor across the street, or even just through YouTube, or click on the button that you can just call upon your requests. Come out to the barbecue and the car show. There's going to be a petting zoo. There's going to be it's a family fun event on April 23rd. It's from 2 to 6.
Hey, you guys come on out, man, and we're going to let you pull Robert's beard too. You know what I'm saying? Pull Robert's beard, man. All right, don't fear the beard. Pull his beard, man.
Watch out for the anointing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to say two things before we wrap it up. My miracle is sitting in that chair right there.
Come on.
Every day I get to wake up with my wife.
That's amazing, man.
That's a miracle. Yeah, that's a miracle. I don't deserve it. It's a miracle. So he looks after me. That's number one. Number two, I always tell people to come on my show that are new. I always say God didn't give me good looks, right? But he gave me the ability to be around people, and I can tell he gives me a little vision. Yours is something about you handing paperwork to people that are looking for help. So I don't know exactly what your job is going to be. But I saw people looking at you, and just in your face, they could tell that you've been there and that you beat it, and you like giving them direction. Go to this place or come to my place, and we're going to help you out. So I don't know what that's going to be, but that's going to be your life mission, man. You're going to help a lot of people, all right? A lot of people. These two dudes, they stuck with me, so they ain't gonna know that. Thank you so much, Frank Garcia, man. What a blessing to have Frank on, man. This is my brother, my mother right here, Brother Garcia, Robert Farmer. I love you so much, man. I love you, brother. This dude, I mean, I'm telling you, he could just have a whole show just testifying, man. Just
preaching, bro.
Preaching, man.
He's just like an open Bible, man. He just flows.
Unbelievable. I mean, you are a different man.
Hey, you ought to hear him rap, though, Chris.
Yeah.
He got the lyrics. He got the devil's sweat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, one of these days you're gonna have to hear Robert Farmer rap, Chris Garcia.
We're gonna do that.
We're gonna have to go to do that.
We're gonna do that. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you got any real estate, buildings, anything that you want to donate to Team Challenge, isn't it the organization that you want to help out? You're sitting on some property, you're just using it as a tax write-off or whatever you're doing. Isn't this the kind of organization that you want to know what they want to do with this? They want to do big things. They want to help out women. They want to open up another center. Don't sit on that real estate, man. Help them out. You're going to be blessed 10 times over for doing that. Whatever it is, an automobile, whatever it is that you can donate, call up Team Challenge. I'm going to tell you, I've been blessed having them over, man. My life has just been blessed 10 times over. Just them coming on doing my show, so you can imagine what God is going to do for you
give them a piece of real estate, give them an automobile, donate some money, time, whatever that you possibly can to Team Challenge. They are doing spectacular work. Let me testify. They're doing spectacular work in the city of Las Vegas. And just the hugs alone, man, when these guys hug you, you feel the power of God working through them. Thank you so much. God bless our country. God bless our troops, and Godspeed Donald Trump.